Hello, everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv. I'm Richard Carlton, where I don't have a video camera at the moment, but I'm trusting my ace video producer, Margaret, to bring up the FM training website. Let's talk about what's going on and the latest kind of news and digs and things like that real quick. If you go to fmtraining.tv, you can see all the various options and tabs you have, including a button on the left side, which will show you the upcoming broadcast schedule. We are going to commit to the 30-day CRM, 30-day CRM for beginners. It's everything you need to do to create a custom CRM in about 30 calendar days, and it'll be every day here at this time slot. So it'll be a little bit different for about a month. And so that's kind of the upcoming broadcast schedule. Margaret, what does the upcoming broadcast schedule look like?
Okay, so today we got Wednesday and Thursday, which is going to be the ASCII two-table Unicode.
ASCII. That's ASCII.
Sorry.
Think of it like ASS and then Sky. ASCII.
ASCII. Which to be Wednesday and Thursday with Nick, which will be really great. Friday and Monday, Friday's going to be with Calvin. Friday will be FileMaker Containers for Beginners, and Monday will be Searches Without Find Mode in FileMaker, which should both be really interesting. Tuesday is going to be a Claris news recap, and Wednesday we're going to finish up the ASCII series with Nick. So that'll be done Wednesday, Thursday, and next Wednesday.
Real quick, so we are broadcasting in high definition on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. Coming up for the 30-day CRM event, we will also be broadcasting on Zoom, which is, frankly, it's not a free platform, but it provides superior quality, without a doubt. And so we will be definitely inviting people to partake in that. It will be a free event, but once again, about 30 days, starts May, it starts May, 16th, whatever that Monday is that week, right around there, beginning the third week of May. So, and it'll run 4 weeks. Moving along. So Nick is up to bat. I am off working on getting, this will be a lot like the certification training where it was like this very intensive thing that went on. And we were in Zoom and whatnot. And so that's what we're building. It's a 30-day CRM. It will be based upon the Starting Point Lite. The Starting Point Lite was due last Friday to me. It went through an early review Monday, and they were like, well, we're almost done, but there's always that much more stuff we have to do. So it's always this huge outlay. And once again, no one's paying me to do this. I'm paying for this out of my own pocket. So for those of you who will be happy to give me instructions on how to make it better. I always take the request with a grain of salt because I know that they don't come with a stack of cash. If someone says, hey, Richard, I'd really like you to build XYZ API into it, and then it comes with a big stack of cash, like literally like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, then I will be happy to take that into and have it done for you. But so the Starting Point Lite, it's got the new neomorphism design style that Nick has been pioneering that you folks have seen. However, the situation with this specific solution is that it's going to be easy to understand, and it doesn't require Nick to be there to explain it, which is kind of the whole goal, right? So Nick is great, but he's only one guy, one person, one dude, and as a result, there's only so much of Nick to spread around. It's like if you had to butter a whole loaf of bread and you got one little tablespoon of butter. How are you gonna butter up a whole loaf? It's not possible. Not enough Nick. So we need a way of making Nick go further, farther, faster, and that's kind of what we're doing. So, any other questions before we kick this over to ASCII, Margaret? ASCII. Yes.
Yes. I don't see any. I did post a sample file from yesterday, by the way, for anyone who wants it. So that's existing.
Cool. All right, so for the record, I'm expecting to actually kick the beta over at any time. I don't think it'll happen today, maybe into this week, but they're really, 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 really close on that. And then what they do is they're wanting to give it to me. I'm going to run it through the ringer, and if I don't vomit, then it will be released to you folks as a legit beta. It'll be like super legit. And then we will make updates to it. It'll become final. And then that will also be the basis of our 30-day basically, it's a custom CRM for your organization in 30 days, period, right? There are other companies that do that out there. Their names will not be named. He who shall be named, but they say, yeah, for 150,000, we'll do that. Right? This is going to be free, totally free. The difference is the only thing is that you would, if you're going to use it seriously, have to buy a license for FileMaker, which I can assure you is really inexpensive relative to $150,000. If you had to buy $150,000 of FileMaker, that'd be like if you bought it for every employee uh, for Exxon Mobil or the U.S. government or something like that. So yeah, I mean, we're talking 100,000 licenses kind of stuff. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, cool. All right. Well, that's it. Nick, are you ready to go? Are you loaded? Are you ready?
I'm loaded for bear.
He's loaded for bears. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Cool. All right, I'll be off on work prepping the CRM course. So I'm gonna let you folks go. See ya.
Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for everybody for joining in today. So I'm broadcasting from my office, and I will be back to my studio soon when my electrician will finish the switch of my lightning to LED. So today it's a great opportunity for me to show things with FileMaker that can really help when you need it, right? So it's when we have to deal with characters. So today we are dealing with characters, numbers, characters, right? For example, so thing we're going to learn today. Let's say you want to know if you have a capital character or if you don't have. Let's say you want to know if you have a number, a number. Let's say you want to know if you have a special character, those characters you want to get rid of normally, or you want to detect that you have a special character. So to do so, for example, to know if you have a number you type something and you want to know if you have a number, it's easy because you say, oh, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay. If you are one of those, that means you have an. But how can you do if you want to know if you have a capital letter or if you don't have a capital letter? How you want to do if you have a special character or not? Do you want to list all the special characters in a list, right? You understand where the point is. The point is that it's not practical at all. What I started learning this because I wanted to create my own password generation, okay, a password generation, and I want to know in a password. I want to be able to generate a password with I want a special character, I want a digit, a number, and I want a capital letter in my password. That the requisite we have today for a secure, strong password, right? I want to make sure I have this when you type it. But how to do that? That was my first application. My second application is I want a valid email. Okay, what makes an email valid? Right? No space, no space, no special character, unless you have underscore, dash, that the two special characters that you allow in an email, and of course the @ sign, okay, which is a special character. So you want to allow those three characters, right? So you want to allow those, and you want to make sure to get a valid email that you have a @ sign and a dot. You need at least a dot, because if you don't have any, if you don't have an @ sign, if you don't have a dot, you don't have a valid email. So I want to play with this. So long time ago, and me. I'm not going to use crazy things, and I want to use FileMaker, no plugin, nothing. So let's start. So let me share my screen real quick. Do I have the ASCII table? Okay. Every single characters, they have what we call a code. You know, every character has a code. Let me show you. Right. Okay. Every character has a code. This is an ASCII table. ASCII. ASCII. I don't remember what it stands for. You can learn on, ASCII meaning. ASCII meaning. It's mean for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That's the name. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. ASCII. Okay. So every single character has a multiple codes, but only one interests us. And and uh, so that means it's easier to get to recognize the character, because you understand that different language will have different characters, right? So now ASCII is pretty much obsolete, and we have UTF, Unicodes. It's another standard, a new standard, and you have Unicode 6-bit, 16-bit, blah blah. So, but that for the Chinese, simplified Chinese, Arabic language, and stuff like that. So we're not interested by this right now. What is interesting us is the basic ASCII table, which is where FileMaker is rely on. FileMaker rely on the ASCII table. Okay. For what? Wait a minute. For what we are going to, I'm going to show you today. For importation, character, and everything that is character management in the field, indexing, and importation and stuff like that. Everything is based on Unicode. But what we're going to do in those webinars, is related to the ASCII table. Okay. So what the ASCII table? We can see here that 0 is number 48. Okay, this is the number of 0. This one. And that A is number 65. So let's try something here. Let's try something. We go to the data viewer here, and we click here plus. And now we try. FileMaker has two very interesting functions. The first is code. So what code's doing? Right? Code is going to take a letter and give you the code. So in the ASCII table here, capital A is 65. But you see now that the small a is 97. So let's see if that's true. Is 97. Capital A, small a. Capital A, small a. If I put 1, it's 49. Let's check. If I put 149. It's true, right? So you understand now that the code is returning the code, right, of a character, is returning the ASCII code of a character. Now, we know that 97, we learn that 97 is the small a, right? So FileMaker has another interesting function that his name is char. It's like char, And here you put a number. And if I put 97, I have a small a, right? And if I put 65, I have a capital A. And if I put 47, 48, 49, 1, 50, 50, I have 2. So now we can take the code of the characters, okay, and we can take it and we can restitute it. So if I put my name here, let's say I'm going to code, right? And I say Nick Hunter, this is my name in code. But you get the problem we have here. We have a big problem here. It's because it's not working well. Okay? It's not working well. I cannot do anything with this. So, fortunately, I spent some time, right, to invent something and say, okay, let's make that working. Let's make it something. Let's make it something I can use for my own purpose. So I created and Kyle will be happy. I created a very nice custom function for you guys, and I called it word code. Word code. Okay. So what word code is doing? I'm putting my text and I'm saying that I want to start with the first character because I can start from different. I can start from the second, the third. So I had this option, but I want to start with the first character. Aha! So now start to be interesting, right? Now I start to have something I can use, right? So let's check something. I have 78. 78? What's 78? 78 is capital N. Yeah, it's true. Now, next I have 105 is I. Normally I should have 99 now. 99. And then I have 107 K. So I have N-I-C-K. And 32, what 32? Oh, 32, chuk. It is a space. Interesting. So now I can detect if I have a space in my name, right? So because I have a 32. So now you need to learn. You need to use and you need to use the knowledge you have on the list of value. Remember, all of this is it makes sense now. I am pretty much generating a list of values, right? Because we learn together here that FileMaker is powerful when we deal with values. Remember, I'm telling you that. So let's have a visit on this function. So the custom function here, the word code function here. So it's a tail recursive function. So before I'm going to work on making that function more understandable using the new while, the new while. The while function is the new way to do the tail recursive function. But pretty much, I'm testing if the length, if I have nothing, is just forget it. And then I pretty much take, the code of the first position, and then I'm adding and adding and adding. I'm taking the next letter, next like this. That's the tail recursive function, right? But you don't have to understand that for now. What you need to understand is this: is that I have, I don't know why everything's so slow. So I have the, a list now of code. So now that we have the list, right? So first of all, do we have any questions? Interesting. URL and code of space is 20. X just connected the dot.
Yeah, the comment from Morgan Beam is interesting. URL encode of space is 20. Hex just connected the dots that URL encode wasn't decimal.
Yeah, it's yeah, because we are in decimal here. Let me grab the this back.
You sound a little far
See,
away from your microphone.
x its x is 20, but we interesting with here. This one is interesting, not this one. This one is the hexadecimal. This is decimal, and so we need the we want this code here. Okay, the first one, not the second one. So yeah, so now I have for you here. I put for you. I don't know why it's so slow. Let me delete all of those. Oops. I think this will help. Everything's so slow. Okay. I don't know if this. Okay. So now we have the list of values. So now I can do something special. I can detect if I have a, let's say, do I have in this here, do I have a space? You say pattern count, the text you want, and you search for 32. Yes, I have one. You don't search for this. You don't search for the character. No, you are now dealing with the code of the character. Yes, I have a 32. And now, for example, I want to do something else. I want to remove the blank. I want to remove the space. I'm using substitute. Take this. I look for 32, and I'm going to replace by nothing. So you see here, it's not there. It's not there. So we can look for this, which makes So you look for the 32 and the carriage return, because you have it's a value, right? So you want to remove that. Okay. So now we have this list, and you can see here normally I should have 32 and I don't have, right? I removed it. I removed the 32, right? And you can count. You can say, you can do many things on the character. For example, let's add a special character. For example, like, I don't know. Oh, I want a slash, and you say, oh, whoa, I don't want slashes. Let's say I have a slash, okay, and the slash is 47, and I want to remove 47. So I have I remove 47. 47 gone because I put a slash. So see the slash gone. So now you can do this. For example, let's say you want to remove this. You remember the substitute. Normally you should know substitute. Using brackets like this, you can say, okay, I want to remove 47 and I want to remove 32. 32's back. But if I do this, now I have 32 gone and 47 gone, right? So you can add, you can remove, So that means if I am getting back my name, see how it works? That means I use my word code custom function using code. It's using FileMaker code. What's the name? The code function, and I'm making that is getting this on every single letter. I'm getting a list of codes. I'm cleaning the code I want to clean, right? And then I use another on my custom function, which is the opposite. It's the word char. And here, let's say I have a list of, let's say, I have a list of codes, 49, 50, 51, 52 is doing this. If I have a list of, let's say, I want to write Nick, for example, 78, 105, where is 99, okay, and the K, which is 107, right? Haha. And let's say I want the K capital, for example. Okay, K capital is 75. See? So, thanks to this other custom function that take a list of values, I can say, oh, remove, for example, 105. And you don't have it, right? So if I have, for example, if I have in the middle, let's say here I have a space, right? And I have a pattern count substitute, right? That remove the space out of this. You know what I mean? Okay. That removes the space. Remove the space. I won't have it anymore. So you can go to the text and cherry pick or replace things or clean up things without dealing with the character itself, which is great for multiple reasons. No, it's not depending on the country. No. Okay, so yeah, so this is different. DMOC, yeah, we have this is different. The problem you talk about. I'm going to address that later, but you know. So do we have any question so far?
Nope, beyond the one from DMOC, everyone else has been pretty quiet. So
yeah, so Oregon Dean said, the email, for example, if you want an email to be, if you want an email to be valid, you need to do this. For example, you want to validate an email. So you said email equal, for example, Nick Hunter at rcconsulting.com. Okay? You have an email. You need to deconstruct this, code equal codes equal oops. Oh. So you said word code on email, right? So you have the list, right? And now you need validation. Well, the validation is the list. You need two things. The list of the dots. I don't remember the dot. The dot is 47. So you need 47. And the at sign, which is 64. You need those two. Okay? So now, so that you have this statement here, right? What you need to do is to say pattern count, on the codes, and the search strings, the validation. And you said, why it says 0? Pattern count codes. So let's but I wasn't planning to do this, so I didn't prepare it. So that's the code, so it should be 47. and 64. Why I don't have a 64? Say a 64 there, and I have a 47 somewhere. I might have a 47 dots. Maybe maybe it's 47. No, it's 46. Huh. So now it should work. But it's still saying no. I don't know. Normally it should say validation, pattern count code. Um, validation, 46 codes, you know, and pattern count. Maybe yeah, text. I don't know.
N
It should
equals
have worked.
47, N equals 46, question mark?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It should have worked because I have 1 point here. Nick dot. I have one pattern count. Let's say if you work with only one here. Yeah, he said okay, 64. He said yes, but he should have said yes on both. Oh no, no, sorry, it's my bad. Okay, so that's a good opportunity for me to show you something. Here it's filter value. Okay, so pattern count works on one block of what's the name? One string that is not separated as a value. If you want to do like a pattern count, but on the value base, that's why every time I'm bringing myself to the value level. Okay, you understand? Because as I said many times, we have a huge arsenal based on values. Okay, value, and I'm using the filter value. Okay, so that means if I have them, it's valid, right? This, it's valid. If I said get as Boolean, you remember my friend Boolean? It's valid. So I said, you know, let's say I'm not making valid, you know, I'm not making valid the email, right? So this is a non-valid email. It's not valid, right? But now if I have a dot here and I have a at sign, now it's valid, right? Because I have both. So um, so filter value. You understand? So you need this. Yeah, it was 46. The dot is 46. Dot 46. Yeah. Okay. So you understand that we need to go back to the values because we have the arsenal of value and we have this filter values, which is great because it's going to filter me. So I'm going to check, do I have this or do I have this? Okay. At least, I need those two, right? So um, so this is how you can detect a characters. You will say yes, but I can say this, I can do the same thing with using the character itself, the dots, the at sign. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that, but it's much cleaner that way. You know, it's much cleaner that way than doing the at sign. So now I want to do something else here. You know, I want to do. I want to know. You know, I want to know this. My capital characters, capital characters, they start from 65 and they go to 90. This is my range from 65 to 90. All the numbers 66, 77, 8, 9, that will be from A to Z. Okay? Capital letters. So That's why I have here. I have this. So how you do this? You say, are you going to type 65, 66? No, no, no. I have another great custom function for you, which is this. I create something named range, you know. So what range? Range is cool, really cool. Let's say I'm doing this range, and I'm saying 10 to 22. Is creating a list of values. Remember, all the time I'm going back there, right? I'm going to my list of value all the time, all of the time. Okay. So I can change this and say, okay, hey, one, you know, it works also with dates, right? So this is what range do. So I have a range. So here it's easy. I'm saying from 65 to 90. Okay, so I'm doing 65 to 90. So I have my range. That is for the capital letters. Everything here is capital. Now, for the numbers, from 48 to 57, that's the numbers. So I'm using the same technique, the range, right? Doing the same technique here, range and range, and start is 48 and end is 57. That is 0 to 9. Okay, that's my numbers. And now I'm doing the same for our friends, the special characters. But how you do this? Because special characters, they go in multiple, they're scatters. Okay, so from 33, right, to 46, all of those are special characters, right? And then it goes from 58 to 64, those are special characters. And then it goes from 91 to 96, and then it goes from 123 to 126, right? So you need this. From 33 to 47 and 58, 64, 91, 96, 123, 126. So this is doing another type of list because I can do this, you know, I can do this. I'm telling, build me a list of that range and that range and that range and that range, and I have this. Okay. Don't worry, it doesn't care. I make on purpose to keep the blanks because I know, you know, where it is, right? I could remove the blanks, but I like the blank, and it doesn't make any difference. So now I can do this something like this, you know. So I have my range of the capital characters, right? I have my range of numbers and my range of special characters, right? So now I want to know, you know, I want to play with this. So how it works? You go there, and I want to know if in my stuff I have a number. Okay. So I'm doing let's. I think I have already built. Yeah. Okay. It's already built. No, this one, this one. So I want to know if I have a name, I have a, you know, if this if this in a number, like here I'm looking for the list of number and I'm looking for the code here. Let's say is A is a number? No. But I can put one, it's a number, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can put this. Okay, I mean, you will see that's a demonstration. But now I want to know if in this, let me copy this. I want to know, right, if I have in the, I can do filter value, by the way. But I want to know if I have a special, if I have a number in my text, okay? So this is my text, and I want to know this. Here, yeah, I need to do filter value, otherwise it won't work. So I want to do the filter value. Let's do the filter value. So because I have this is a list, right? So I need to compare a list of value with another list of value. To do so, we need to use filter values, right? Because I'm going to do this. I'm going to do word code, of this. I have this, and I want to compare, right, with this, right? So I'm using filter value. I'm going to take this here and take this here. So now it will tell me if I have one or not. So let's get that as Boolean. Remember Boolean? It's the Boolean is yes, no, right? So yes, here I have a number. I still have a number. I still have a number. I have a number. I have a number. But here I don't. Right? Here I have a number. Here I don't. Here yes. Here no. Why? It's because is in my list, in the filter value here the result is nothing, it's empty. But if I put 1, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm filtering the values, and I know if I have, if I have this. So you can do this that easily, only, otherwise you need to use the filter, right? And you need to use filter like this, and to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay, and you need to filter this. Okay, but it's not as clean as this, right? It's cleaner. You have the no. So now, because now I want to do something here, right? I want to add something. I want to know if I have special characters. Yes, I have one. I have the 95 characters. What is 95? It's underscore, right? So I have an underscore, not valid. For example, let's say you don't want this. That's where you want to know if you have a special character, and you want to you don't want to accept this, right? And now let's say I want, that's why list is so good, because I can do this now. Okay, I can do this now. I can combine. I say, okay. Do I have a number? Yes. Do I have a special character? Yes. Okay. So that means you don't want. Let's say you don't want this. Let's say you say, if that's the case, if you get that as Boolean, if that If that's the case, say no, not valid. You have an error. You can see tell your user, no, 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 no. Your name is not valid. Invalid name. You know, you can do that because you have because we have this possibility, right? So now that I have this, right, I want to do something else, right? I want to know. No, not this one. Where I was here. Okay. I want to know. You know, do I have a special? Do I have a capital character? You know, because I can do this, right? I can add and say, I want to know if I have a capital character. Capital. Do I have one? Yes, I have one. It's the capital N. If I don't have one, don't. I don't have one. Don't. I don't have one. Don't. I don't have one. See? So you can detect if you have a capital character, which is impossible. It's impossible. If you use another technique, it's impossible to know if the N is a character or not. Because FileMaker has absolutely no way to do the differentiation. Let me show you. If you set this, for example, and you say Nicholas, and you put here capital N, you will say yes. But I don't have a capital N. This is a capital N, right? This is a capital N. Why said yes? Because he has no way for him, this or this, it's N. You understand? It has no way to, and now you have another problem. If you don't use my technique, that means you use, you know, you have no way to know if you have a N and an I and a C and you know, so you need to use the code in order, right, to in order to do that, to fit. So now I know, yes, I have a capital character. This is not. This is it. You know, or I have a special character. This is a special character. This what's the name? This is a special character. This. You know, I can have this. See, all of those are special characters. But you don't need to come with a list of special characters. No. You should you come with a range, right? Because you have a lot of special characters. You want to come with a list of all of those. Most of it you don't even know how to make them on the keyboard. You know how you make this one on the keyboard, the 94, you know, the carrots. You know, so doing this one, I didn't even know what this one is. The 42. You know what the 42? It's the first one I see. This one. What 42? Code? No, chart. 42. Oh, the star. Okay. So, because he looks weird here. He looks weird. This one here. Okay. So, do we have any question?
No, not really. Twitch and YouTube have been pretty quiet. I assume if you guys have questions, please ask them. David Angel had a comment a bit earlier about the upper letter and the ASCII code plus 32 is the same letter in lowercase.
Yes. So that's another thing. Let's say you want to change. I know we have that pretty much how this works. You know, this. You know, this, and you type Nicholas, right? Or this. This is how it works, right? So you could do, you can have a special custom function where you say lower, so that means you take everything and you lower, you withdraw 32, or you put, you know, uh, what's the name, upper character, and that's how this works. Okay, this how it's, this function here. But we have the function on FileMaker, so I wasn't, you know, but it's cool, you know, to have this, right? So here you understand now, but that for the next time, where we are going to play with the substitutes and their alternate. For example, you know, let's say you want to invent a system where you want to change, you know, all the slashes like this. You want to replace them by this. Let's say you have a date, because if you put a name, I'm talking about naming a file. You know, you want to name a file before you export it, for example. And if you put that in the name of the file, you will have problems, right? You cannot put a slash, and even though a backslash, you know, it's even worse, backslash slash. So you need to uh, substitute those, right? So, and you can say, for example, if you have the range between, or if you have a list of code, like this code, this code, this code. Let's say you want to remove, substitute those. You say, okay, you substitute the code. You don't want, you know, slashes, and you don't want backslashes, and you don't want everything that is not, that you cannot use on the name of the. I don't know if I can pop this message on the Mac. If I do this, yeah, the Mac is so, it has so many tolerance. Uh, I don't know if I can do something like this, because the Mac has so many tolerance. It accepts everything now. Which character I don't have the right to use on Mac? Star. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, star. It doesn't like star, but I don't know. Yeah, star. It doesn't care. Yeah, the Mac is so torrent, so I don't. But anyway, you know, sometime when you export, especially the FileMaker, when you export a file, or you want to export, you know, you want to use the, um, what's the name? You want to use the this function here, you know, um, um, export field contents, right? The field content, and you have a file, and you want to specify the name when you export it, right? So when you export, specify the name. You want to clean up all dates, all things like, you know, all the character, because export will tell you, oh, you cannot use that character, or, you know, it will just say, oh, I cannot save it. You have a weird message in FileMaker saying that, oh, liberate some space or something like this, right? The message in FileMaker is not cool for that. So this is how, okay, you detect if you have a capital letter, if you have a number, if you have a special character, or whatever you want to do, you know. So here I have a list of code for you, right? So I import that from a ASCII table that I have, right? So you know what it is. And so if we don't have any question, I think we're good to go. It's weird that we have no question at all.
No, I've not really been seeing any. I don't see any in Twitch or YouTube.
Okay, so
And so, before I let Nick go, anyone got any last minute questions?
okay, so
Okay, I think we're good then. This has
so
been
no, we
great,
good.
Nick. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there's no question for today, but it's okay. Tomorrow maybe we have more.
Probably, and then sometimes people get tired. Yeah, Organ just says that you explained it
Okay,
all, so
so
there's no
I'm too
question.
good. I'm too good. So
You are in fact too amazing, and so there's no question. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Nick. I'm going to roll the credits.
Okay, thank you guys. See you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!